Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. We have a lot to go over. Def Noodles, it's looking like Noodlegeddon happening with him. He's lied about a comedy show that he was supposed to do in Las Vegas. He then got banned on both Twitch and YouTube. Then his assistant quit and is speaking out, which he does not like that, and he is snapping back. So there is a lot to go over in a short time, but I'm going to give you all of the facts, all of the info, and all of the receipts. So let's get this party started, and let's begin with, of course, the comedy show that was supposed to happen in Las Vegas last weekend on, I believe it was September 3rd. So thanks to Salvo Pancakes, he posted this saying, thread, Def Noodle about being booked at the LA Comedy Club in Las Vegas. Even weirder, he was selling tickets for that phantom show via Eventbrite. The LA Comedy Club in Vegas does not even use Eventbrite for tickets. Where's that money? Here's a closer up version of the photo. This is actually the photo that he used for the original tweet, which he had since deleted once Salvo posted this. Now, this was a retweet from Augie RFC, who called the LA Comedy Club to see if Dennis Fatoza was booked to perform. The worker never heard of the name. So this is how we found out that he lied about it. So Augie even said, breaking news, Dennis Fatoza, aka Def Noodles, caught lying about performing at the LA Comedy Club in Las Vegas. And I'm very sorry for the background noise. You're going to hear airplanes, trucks, everything. I'm sorry. He claimed he was performing tonight, but I just called the venue and they have no idea who he is. Keep in mind, Dennis actually drove there, apparently. He's insane. So let's take a look at this video from Augie, where he called the comedy club. Like I said, I have all the receipts for you guys. Here it is.
LA Comedy Club.
Yo, what's up? So I'm calling to ask if I heard this guy Dennis Fatoza was performing tonight at 11:30, but I clicked on the Eventbrite link to buy tickets, and it says the event is unavailable.
Yeah. He's not performing. I've never heard of the guy.
You've never heard of the guy? That's weird because he's claiming on his social media account with 100,000 followers that he was performing tonight. He's been hyping up this event and tweeting out tickets and stuff. So I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, I'm confused myself. I've gotten like 2 calls about this guy. I've never heard of him. We have sometimes comics show up to my club expecting what we call a guest spot, which is like a quick little 5-minute like audition or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he assumed he's doing that. I don't know. I've never heard of the guy. So.
Wow, it's fucking crazy, man. All right, well, thanks for letting me know at least.
All right, no problem.
Right there, a worker at the comedy club said he had never heard of him. This was the second phone call that he received, and come to find out, they don't even sell tickets on Eventbrite. Dennis, what the hell are you doing? So then this was the next tweet in the lineup from Salvo. It says, then Dennis deleted his tweet promoting this phantom event along with the Eventbrite link, where you can see, this is from Page, but I actually have the original tweet as well, that says, get your tickets now. And it was supposed to be Def Noodles, and in that other corner of that photo was JJ, who was the same guy that Dennis, aka Def Noodles, went up to during the second roast battle to ask if Salvo Pancakes should have the mic. Well, we found out a lot of information about JJ, which we will get into as well. But it even says right here, this tweet has been deleted because she had retweeted it. Then Salvo says, Dennis claims the event had to be canceled due to the calls to the venue. I never heard of a venue canceling shows because of calls. So here's the tweet right here from Dennis saying they canceled the whole show because they got over 300 calls. Really? 300 calls? The guy said he only got 2 at the time, and Augie was the 3rd. From all around the world, clenching their buttholes about me performing. Don't worry, though. I'll be back. Really? You'll be back? Maybe you'll be back when they realize, well, you won't be back because you're not really a comedian. Good luck, though. Maybe one day you'll actually be funny. So then next up in the tweet lineup, that this was a thread, Salvo posted, here's the proof that the LA Comedy Club in Vegas does not use Eventbrite to sell tickets. Now, this person posted a video, and it shows that the venue doesn't work with Eventbrite. They searched the comedy club, and LA Comedy Club is not there. I do have this video from the tweet. It probably will go very fast for you guys, so be prepared to pause and look at it for a more in-depth look at the event list. But I have it right here. I'm going to add it to the stream, and I'm going to try and pause it for you guys so it's easier on you. Oops, I pressed remove by accident. I was trying to pause. It goes very fast, as you can see. But they start at the top. They have Delirious Comedy Club, Laugh After Dark Comedy Fest, 3-day stand-up comedy film. This is where they start looking for LA Comedy Club on Eventbrite. Nothing comes up. But we'll take a look back at the beginning. It just still comes up with all the other comedy clubs. Reese, Twisted Tuesday, Comedy Drag Show, All Access Vegas Presents Comedy Halloween Bash, Laugh After Dark, World Series of Comedy, Phil AM Comedy Show, and just a whole bunch more. So if we go back to the beginning, though, where he's scrolling, this is kind of where we left off. So the first second you can see was the Laugh After Dark, Film a Comedy Show. Then we have Twisted Tuesday, One of the Friday, Trouble in Vegas Presents Comedy Bazaar. And then we have Drunken Jokes Comedy Night, All Access Vegas Presents Comedy Halloween Bash, World Series of Comedy, Adam London, Tickle Me Comedy Club, the Reese and Roscoe's Comedy Show, Zombie, Burlesque. And this is where they started scrolling back up to the top again, where they actually put in the LA Comedy Club. Nothing came up, as we saw, and it was all the same search results that came up, which meant that LA Comedy Club does not use Eventbrite to sell tickets to their comedy event shows. So, he even put in this one, which clearly shows that comedy club, that they use it and all of that, because that was coming up in the search, and you wanted to show how, there you go. If you actually find it, it will come up when you search something that is on Eventbrite. So it's not on Eventbrite, and they proved that. So Dennis, how are you selling tickets to an event that wasn't on there, but you were promoting that it was on there? And come to find out, your roast, don't you use Eventbrite for your roast? Oh, wait, you do. You do. Very sketchy. So the next tweet in the lineup is from Salvo saying, so what is going on here? Why is Dennis fleeing California after assaulting me? Why is he lying about being booked on a comedy show? Why is he selling tickets to a fake event? Something is very fishy. That indeed it is. Now, the next thing I have is, let's see, because I have everything in order here. So this is the next tweet. This is from Salvo again. And it says, Dennis claimed that the event had to be canceled due to online calls to the venue. In reality, the scheduled show that Dennis was not a part of went on as scheduled. And as you can see, this person tweeted, Augie and Def Noodles, saying yesterday's event wasn't canceled. It's somebody that's completely different. Also, it was canceled due to Augie, say my name, bitch, RFC calling and asking questions. They would have made official announcement, and they didn't, because they didn't cancel the show. Stephen Ho was their main event of the night. There is a with special guest question mark, but it was not Dennis. It wasn't. Now, I do have a closer up picture of this right here as well, which it just shows more details and the person that looked it up on the LA Comedy Club. Then this was the next tweet saying, the blonde guy in the image is the same dude that was telling security to pull me off stage, is infamous for scamming. See below. Now this right here is from Heather. She said, I found a treasure trove of stuff on this TJLT guy. He is indeed a scammer and worse. And it is a Reddit link, which before I show you what I found on Reddit, thanks to this link, this was the flyer that he had posted with the LA Comedy Club. It's funny that he used the same photo with him with the two mics that he had during all of the stuff from the second roast battle with Salvo. So I, of course, had to look at Reddit for us. Now, this was the post from Reddit. There is a lot here. Now it says this post will be part of the Cleopatra scandal segment on the subreddit sidebar, which is still under construction at the time. There is a disclaimer. I'm sure we can all agree that the Cleopatra's and JJJ's situation is complex, to say the least. When it comes to the situations like this, it's important to keep an open mind. Not everything is always how it appears to be. Nothing is black and white. There's reason to believe that the Cleopatra has been used to abuse, isolation, and manipulation for her entire life. And she seems to act like somebody who's been in this situation. This is not me taking sides. As a mod of this sub, I'm sure plenty of you have seen my posts and comments and know that I frequently criticize both Tatiana and Cleopatra. Because I so frequently criticize them, I'm not going to in this post. Our sub mainly focuses on the issues with the Lictorando and Trovano family, of course, so I wanted to shed some light on some of JJ's issues for good measures. Now, when they talk about these three J's, they're talking about this guy on the right, who is also known as TLJT. So if you keep scrolling down, this is where it actually begins with all of the issues. So they compiled the list of some issues with JJJ. And it starts with, so let's rewind a bit to a post on Disney's Corporate from 2016 where JJJ has been stealing people's money and scamming them for several years. There is zero record of JJJ ever working for Disney, let alone as a producer, director, actor, writer, comedian, and whatever the hell he claims. You'll notice there's also comments from 2020 and 2021. Now, I went to that link, and this is where we get all of these wonderful screenshots. Here's the first one. To whom it may concern, please check into a personal under the table. I have to make this bigger. Sorry, guys. I thought I could read it, but it's small. Stock purchase or one of your employees selling his own personal investment stock of Disney. Production stocks to individuals at a discount. Can someone verify if my $5,000 initial investment is legit? That's a lot of money. The employee of Disney is one of your chief producers, and according to him, one of Disney's brain children with new up-and-coming series made for television. John James Joseph. JJJ. John James Joseph. Or Jose, excuse me. John James Jose. I believe he goes by Jose right now. He also is posting to lots of friends. He has cars to give away, tickets, phones, etc. Mr. James portrays himself as a self. Let's go to the next screenshot, which I do have to exit full screen to get there, so I'm sorry about this. It's easier to read when it's in full screen mode for me. So this is the next one. As you can see, he's posting to lots of friends. Mr. James portrays himself as a self-made millionaire and represents himself to others that he is a big wig at Disney Productions. If this is true, can someone get him to make stock purchases legit or give back investors money he took in cash for some odd reason? He tells an elaborate story. Sincerely, not a big fan of Disney anymore. That's sad. All because of this guy right here. P.S. I will continue to look for him on Facebook, but I think I am blocked right now. But I understand many others are also blocked. He says he lives in Las Vegas, but has been in Vancouver as the director for the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. Oh, it continues, guys. Then this person, ML, says, I don't know how to get a hold of you, but I just encountered John James at a Starbucks in the Madrea area. I have his phone number if you would like to reach out to him about the $5,000 you gave him. Then this person said, did you get your money back? I just was with him. Ooh. Then this person says, do you know other people has taken money from? He has taken money from. Then this person says, you, Cruford on Reddit, has had his money taken by JJJ and discussed it on which is this Reddit that we're looking Reddit for it. Then M says, I was just recently introduced to him and spent 5 days with him. He took money from me and seemed to be a good guy with some good words of inspiration and wisdom. But there were a few strange things that happened. Are you still trying to find him? Then this person says, I recently went through a similar situation with John, but with a lot of cash. I believe he is going around scamming people, which it does continue. Scamming people out of their money. Please reach out to me so we can get our money back. John James Jose claims to be working on the Thor. So he thinks that he's like this big producer. He's telling everyone that he's working with this Thor and APVE and Thunder as of 7/24/2001. But the film officially finished filming on 6/1/2021. He also claims that him and the studio are almost finished with Black Panther 2. But Black Panther 2, next screenshots. Black Panther 2 started production on 6/30, and I think it meant to say 2001. It is still filming in Atlanta. Pinewood Studios, not Disney Studios. So JJ, what's going on, JJJ? Well, apparently JJJ typically talks about She-Hulk is also mentioned and is also being filmed in Atlanta. Okay. Here's another one saying, please post John's number on here. That's fraud. Needs to pay. And this person asks, what do you know of him? Well, that's not all of this Reddit post. Here's the next Reddit post. And I'm going to give you a second because my grandmother's calling me, of course. On the previous links screenshots, I had to blur out a name in red. This is because the woman is the mother of JJJ's nearly 6-year-old son. This woman was a teenager at the time JJJ got her pregnant while he was 30 years old. That's crazy. JJJ has a trend of prying on young, vulnerable women. For those that don't know, JJJ kidnapped this child, and the situation was deemed dangerous enough that an Amber Alert was issued. Now, when I did click on this link, the Amber Alert was gone. It was a while ago, so I'm assuming that's why it's gone. Although this Amber Alert is easily accessible via Google for the sake of the child's, which I agree, anonymity on our subreddit, I'm going to link a YouTube video that includes blurred visions of important documents in lieu of the actual Amber Alert with his identifying information. Please note, it is also against our subreddit's rules to go in real life with any of these women or any children. Now, the video in question was also gone. Cleopatra was mentioned that JJJ has 3 sons with 3 different women before they met. We have not found any information on the eldest alleged son. However, we do have footage of JJJ from 2011 with his pregnant partner. JJJ comes off in this video as extremely controlling. He forces her to speak and poses as he wishes when she was clearly uncomfortable. This is what he thought was a good look to upload online for his grandmother, Lola means grandmother, to see. So it makes me wonder how he can be behind closed doors. It's clear that the way JJJ controls this woman is concerning. JJJ has never publicly mentioned this child and does not have custody. And that was another YouTube video that has since been removed. JJJ has over a decade of concerning behavior that is logged online for anyone to see. His lies are endless. JJJ has lied about his age, as seen in the Shreddick interviews, and his documentary Age as all legal forms. View the new short and highlights version of both Shreddick's interviews if you have not yet, for footage of him lying about his age. This is where that video is the same link from above. That does not work. There is so much more to this. It continues and continues. I have this page and I have this page, which is a comment underneath it, which continues. This is just to give you a perspective of who Def Noodles is hanging out with. 1. 2, the whole situation with the LA Comedy Club clearly was a scam. Now, clearly JJJ is in that poster. He has since changed his initials to now TLJT, but it's the same exact person. What is happening here? I'm going to leave this on the screen for a couple seconds. That way you can pause it. You can read it yourself. I will also post the link down below to the Reddit page so you can take a better look at all the evidence that I found thanks to Salvo's tweet from Heather, who found all this information. And here is the very last comment, which is the continuation of what was above. As you can see, it was edited about 4 months ago. And it continues right here. I'll give you a chance to pause the video now. And also where it says screenshot here, this was the screenshot that was there. So from continuing on from this tweet, thanks to Heather and finding out this information about TLJT, aka JJJ, these were some of the replies. Holy shit, Dennis hangs out with this guy? I just read the Reddit and wow. My working theory is that Dennis didn't know he was also scammed. This TJLT, which is backwards, it's TLJT guy, is the one who created the Eventbrite. So any money would go to him. Hard to know for sure, as Dennis has gone silent. Then this person says, I totally agree with that theory. Def is so eager to do stand-up. He just went with it and hangs out with anyone who calls himself a stand-up comedian. He lacks any self-awareness and gets angered and insulted easily, and he can't contain himself. Now, I don't know if this is to be true. These are theories from these people. It is very possible that this is what happened, or Def could know about the situation and gone along with the scam, but these are theories, and we have to keep that into consideration. He has not posted anything about it except that the event was canceled due to having 300 phone calls, which we know that to not be true. This was the next tweet in the lineup, which was more evidence directly from LA Comedy Club saying we are aware of the incident and he is not on any lineup. So why is Def Noodles selling tickets to an event he's not on? Now, as we can see here, I did go to the Facebook page to verify this. This is actually a comment from the LA Comedy Club Facebook page. You can go look yourself. Go look for the event on September 3rd, which will not be what you see here. It will be, let me see. It'll be what looks to be with the Stephen Ho. This one right here, which we'll get back to this tweet in a minute. But if you look at that post for Stephen Ho, September 3rd, you will see this comment there on the Facebook page, which Alex just asked, do you know Dennis? He runs a channel on YouTube called Def Noodles. He recently held a comedy event at his own comedy club and insulted one of the comedians before the show started. He live streamed it all and then posted about 4 times on Twitter today about performing at your comedy club. He even posted an Eventbrite link to tickets he was selling for the event. Do you even know anything about this? Do you allow entertainers to use your name and logos on flyers to sell tickets to a show that never existed? You may want to look into taking legal action since he took money from people for a show that never existed. And then he posted the original tweet by Def Noodles saying, here's the evidence since he deleted the post, which that is where LA Comedy Club said, hello, thank you for reaching out. We are aware of the incident and he is not on any of our lineups tonight. So this is the next post in the thread lineup saying, here is more info on the suspicious guy that started hanging around Dennis. The blonde tie-dye cut-off guy is very fishy. And as you can see, it's a Reddit post saying the fundamental issues with John James Jose. And it is another part of the Reddit that I'm going to post the link down below for you guys so you can check that out on your own time. It is a huge scandal that they call the Cleopatra scandal. And it goes into a lot of details. And it looks to be that this guy, John James Jose, or whatever his name is involved in. And our beautiful Rich Lux says, where's the money? I went to the hotel room and casino floor in Las Vegas. Good luck getting it back. Call your banks and dispute the charge. And then this person said it went up his nose. Sorry, guys. So that was from Rich Lux. So speaking of Rich Lux, we have to, of course, play our little soundbite from Rich Lux, which I love.
Kill you to leave a like, girl. I wouldn't kill you to leave a comment, much less share the video, subscribe, but you know, whatever. Who am I, girl? Anyway.
My grandmother wanted me to let me know she was home, which I can hear her come home. Love her. So the next thread in this lineup was this. And this was just from somebody letting people know that yesterday's event was not canceled. It's someone that's completely different. Also, if it was canceled, which we had already read this, due to, Augie calling, they would have made an official announcement, which they didn't. And as I show you below, it says Stephen Ho. Like I said, if you go to that post, it will be there on the LA Comedy Club on Facebook. Now, these are just some other comments again saying he did fraud, LMAO. Dennis is scamming for money to get more C word, which that's all hearsay. I don't believe that to be true. And if that is to be true, that is his own personal issue that he needs to get help for. But that is all hearsay. And this person says, thank you, everybody. Now, this next person said, don't forget this gem, which is a video that he posted. And we're going to play that video in just 1 second. Let me take this off the screen so we can play the video for you guys.
Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day today. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but the roast battles yesterday were absolutely amazing. The greatest ones we've ever done. And you're never going to believe what I did right afterwards. I ended up driving immediately to Las Vegas because I'm doing a show with the great TJLT at the LA Comedy Club. You can get your tickets right now to watch this show. It's going to be an amazing show over at the LA Comedy Club with the great TJLT. You don't want to miss out. It's at 11:30 p.m. in Las Vegas. A lot of fun. Check it out. Get your tickets now.
You heard it from his own mouth. He mentioned it from his own mouth. What's going on, Def Noodles? So here are a couple more just replies underneath that says, I'm the dude that called prior to Augie. Laugh out loud. Great minds think alike. And then they said apologies to Salvo. Nikki Red says he looks homeless. Also, he drove after the roast. Wasn't he drunk? I could be wrong. I just heard that somewhere, which if you watch the roast battles, yes, he was drinking. He was drinking. Was he drunk? I cannot confirm nor deny that, but he was, in fact, drinking. Now, Daniela Starry says, I don't know if he was drinking, but I have a hard time believing he was substance-free, which Nikki Red agreed. But again, these are allegations with no hard proof. We don't know if he was drunk. We don't know if he was on any substance. That is all allegations. Now, this was next. It says, I went to the Facebook page of the comedy club, and it shows exactly the same thing that we looked before with Alex's comment about Dennis posting this, and are they aware of this? Which, here's another close-up. I got the screenshot for us again. So that right there is the issue with the comedy club. He lied. He lied about having a performance at the LA Comedy Club in Las Vegas, and what his excuse was that because so many people called, they canceled the event. That's not to be true. We know this. We know that was not the event of the night, and actually, this was. That was the event of the night. Not Dennis. Not anything to do with Def Noodles or even his friend. So why are you lying? Why lie? Are you trying to cover up a scam? Because that's what it seems like. You found out maybe that the guy was scamming not only you, but everybody else. So you're covering your own ass. That's a bitch ass move, in my opinion. Well, not only did that happen, we're going to move on to the next event. He went to Burning Man, and he took his assistant. Well, his assistant has since quit, and she posted a story time on TikTok regarding the situation. Let's take a look at her TikTok, which this is the first TikTok she made.
Hi. Okay, yes, so I quit my job. If you know who I work for, you know. You probably understand why I quit, but the main thing that pushed me over the edge was Burning Man. So get this, I had to go on a work trip to Burning Man to record a YouTube video. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm assuming my boss is gonna tell me like what I need to bring or like what to prepare for or like anything. I didn't get any details. I didn't even want to go in the first place, okay? I was getting bad vibe. I just didn't really want to go. So I asked him like a few days prior. I was like, did you already like buy the tickets or anything? Like it just doesn't really go with my schedule. And he like got mad and he's like, I dropped like $4,000 on this trip. Like, you need to let me know if you can't come. I was like, okay, like I'll just go, whatever. So I go, we fly to Reno, we get there. We wait like an hour in line for the rental car place. He goes up with an expired driver's license. How are you? I'm sorry, like, well, how did you think you could rent a car with an expired driver's license? So then he's like, you can do it, like me. And they're like, well, the person who, like, rents the car has to put their card down. So I had to put my card down, like a $400 charge on my card. And so the rental car was under my name. Then we drive to Burning Man, like 3 hours. That shit took 6 hours because he went off-road. He was like, fuck the GPS. I see it over there. Let's just drive straight through the desert. Also, I had half a bottle of water with me that entire time. We were in the middle of the desert, no phone service. He just starts going off-road in the rental car, drives in many ditches. Like, we got stuck at one point. I literally thought I was gonna die. And it was, like, so bumpy. My head fucking was, like, hitting the ceiling. I was anxious the entire time. Like, so anxious. It was like literally one of the worst experiences of my life. It was really bad. And then we finally get to Burning Man, like 5 hours later. We pull up, and then I asked him, I'm like, where are we sleeping? He's like, I'm probably not going to sleep because I have a lot of work to do, but you can sleep in the car. Oh, okay, that would have been nice to know. I could have brought like a pillow or something. I literally didn't even bring pants. Like I'm wearing shorts and a fucking Gap hoodie. And then we get there, we get the tickets, and he's like, oh, this is like a rave? I thought it was like a hippie commune thing. How the fuck you just drop 4K on a trip and you don't even know what it is? What? I'm like, okay, this guy's not as smart as I thought he was. I didn't even think he was, but I'm like, come on, dude, come on. Like, be fucking for real, okay? Anyways, so we get there. They don't sell water there or food. It's like it was a quick Google search, and I know I could have done it, but it's like I'm going on a work trip. Like I didn't think my boss was dumb enough to not fucking tell me any of this shit. But he didn't do a simple Google search, which if you type in Burning Man, you click on the thing, there's a big thing with a survival guide. It tells you that they don't sell food, they don't like buy or sell goods there. That's just how it is. So there was no water. I had half my water bottle from the airport, and no food, and we were in the middle of the desert, and I had to sleep in the car, and there was no bathrooms. There was just porta potties and hand sanitizer, and I didn't know that, and it was just fucking horrible.
So that was her TikTok. She then proceeded, people asked her to make a part 2, which she did. This was part 2.
Okay, hi guys. So I was gonna do the part 2 to this story because I didn't get to finish my little story time video. But I got a text from my ex-boss last night saying that he's gonna sue me. I guess he got butthurt about the story time video, and then he lied about me on his live this morning and called me a clout chaser, even though I've literally never mentioned his name on my channel. Humble yourself. I've never mentioned his name ever. I just made a story time video because I'm a content creator who makes story times. It was an interesting story. If I wanted clout, I could make a whole YouTube video and end his career and go off. But I don't use his name. I've made one storytime video about this. Like, I just don't understand where that came from.
Which we saw the TikTok. She said, if you know who I work for. She never mentioned his name. She's entitled to tell her own story about what happened and not give information and names. Now, at first, I was wondering if there was an NDA. Apparently, there is. But with the NDA, she still can do story times, as long as she's not providing information about who she works for, or their name, or any of that. And I'm sorry that you see these bruises all over me. I had a 4.5-foot fall, so don't mind them. So this is the first. So she had to make a Twitter. She never made a tweet until the other day. This was one of her first tweets saying, imagine being an old man suing a 22-year-old girl for making a TikTok storytime video where your name was never even mentioned. Laughing my ass off. Then it continues, and then said old man calls me a clout chaser when I've never mentioned his name. Please check your ego. Have made one single video about my experience and have never done a single interview, even though I've made an insane amount of people reach out to me. I don't care for drama and want no part in any of it. But to sue me when I wasn't even coming at you and then straight up lie on live and then not let me show my receipts. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Apparently, though, she can't tell her story, but he can sit there and lie about everything that actually happened. Well, we already know that you're a pathological liar, that you were selling tickets for a fake event. We're going to think that you're lying about this situation too. What reason does she have to lie? So then she continues in this thread with this, saying, also lying about buying me a water, which she shows her credit card transaction date, posted date. And if we take a bigger look at this photo, it says $2.99 negative, where it was that she bought it at the Chevron in person. It was a gas station, and you can also see she paid $43.37 at the Chevron as well, which I can only assume maybe was gas. And just the fact that he had got a rental car but did not realize that he was not going to be able to rent a car with a suspended driver's license, expired driver's license, whatever the case was. You are supposed to be a boss. You are supposed to do the Google search. You're supposed to know what you have to have for your employees and prepare them. Let them know what they need to bring. He is, in fact, a horrible boss, and this can cause a lot of issues. He wants to sue her. She, in fact, can sue him for a lot more. The next tweet was from Jessica Pizzle, who we talk about a lot, especially she's the one that goes to these Def Noodle roast battles. She's the one that takes the behind the scenes videos that we've all seen, especially in the second one. I showed a lot of her videos. And just says, just FYI, unless specified in the NDA, you can absolutely talk about your whole extravaganza without naming locations or names. But also, if you need help with money for legal stuff, just make a GoFundMe and the internet will take care of you. Think about all the Sephora employee story times where they just talk about the makeup store but never mention anything. And that is a fact. If you go on TikTok and you look at all the different story times about makeup stores, they don't mention that they're a Sephora employee, but they talk about what has happened to them as a worker at a makeup store. Jessica is completely right. And if Tatiana does, in fact, set up a GoFundMe to help with legal stuff, I will be more than happy to help her. And I will also post the link so that anybody else that would like to help her can. Then Tatiana posts this saying, hey guys, I'm so stressed and overwhelmed by all this drama, and I want to accept legal help from those who have offered, but they're all drama channels I know nothing about, and I just don't know who I can trust or what to do, which I can completely understand her situation. And there's an airplane going off. The glory of living by an airport. And I can understand that and not knowing who to trust. If someone's going to have her back, like myself, I'm not going to say, hey, you have to do an interview here for me to post your link. No, I'm going to post her link. I'm going to donate to her and help her any way she can. I don't expect anything in return. I just want to see her get the justice she so deserves. And if any other drama channels are making her, say, do an interview before they will help or not post her link unless she talks to them, that's fucked up in my opinion. Then she has this, which is replying to her own post above that we just saw, saying, I literally only care about being able to speak freely. I'm not trying to intentionally destroy anyone's career or add to the drama. If I could just finish my storytime video in peace, that would be dope. That's all she's asking for. Then we have our beautiful Shelby with an E, which if you don't know, please check out her channel. She has an amazing channel over on YouTube, and it says, hey girl. Quite honestly, I think the only drama channel that helped legally is Emily D. Baker, which technically, I love you, Shelby, but Emily D. Baker is not a drama channel. She is part of the LawTube community. She might cover drama topics like, Real Housewives, things like that, but she is a lawyer looking at the LawTube aspect of different cases and giving her opinion on it. So I would consider her more part of LawTube than actually the drama community. And I do agree, Emily D. Baker is a great person to go to, and she would probably do a load of help. She's a very reliable person. She's a great creator, and she would definitely help out. Don't fall for the ones that just want the interview. And I agree with that statement as well. Shelby, you have it right on. And then this person says, Emily D. Baker is genuine and sparkly human. 10 out of 10 would consult. And she would actually give you great advice, great legal advice, great anything to help you. And then this person says, also important to add that Emily D. Baker isn't a drama channel. She is a legal commentator and a former prosecutor in LA. She is a qualified lawyer. She also is fair and wouldn't use you for content. She knows that would harm your case and not help. And that is 100% true. I agree completely. Then this comment says, I think just go on Salvo Pancake Show, Breakland tonight, and there will be tons of community support for you. Lawyer, GoFundMe, etc. Which I do agree, though Salvo Pancake is technically Def Noodles' enemy in that sense. They don't like each other. Salvo Pancakes only wants to see the best for you. I do agree. He has a genuine heart, and he would only want the best for you and only support you any way that he possibly can. And this person says, I don't know, he's spoken pretty rudely about her in the past, so I think there's other, friendlier options. Though Salvo might have spoken badly about her in the past, it was due to the situation at hand, which was Def Noodles. I don't think he spoke badly about her more than he spoke badly about Def Noodles and her being an assistant, and how can she agree with some of the things that he has done. And she finally saw the light and is coming around, and he's not the type of person to hold that against her. And he would actually apologize to her for anything that he has said negative about her and want to provide her with that help. And that's just my opinion on the situation of just watching Salvo and knowing how he is. Then this was the next post by Tatiana, which is a very, very lengthy video showing it's a conversation she had with her friend Aiden, and it shows all the proof of everything that happened to her during this trip at Burning Man. I do have this video for you, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. So it's going to play as it is here on the Twitter feed, the post, but I also am going to post a video after this where I pause and read the entire conversation in a video. So please check back in a little bit for that video. That will be posted as soon as this video is done and posted. That will be up very shortly after. There are a lot of people on Twitter asking for someone to just read this out loud so they don't have to actually sit there and read the whole conversation. So I do want to do that for everybody. So that will be available, like I said, after this video is done. I will be making that video. So please check back. If you do not want to sit here and pause, please check back for that. That will be there where it is just that conversation. But let's play this video for you guys so you can see the whole conversation, and you can pause it if you'd like. If not, like I said, click back in a little bit and that video will be there for you to watch. So it kind of skipped a little bit. Let's start from right here again. So that is the video that goes along with this tweet. And to continue the Tatiana issue, here is some replies from that video, which says, wow, not even shocked by it. Wow, I totally get why you were scared. A lot of us are behind you right now, Tatiana. I know that doesn't super help you legally or financially, but Joe, we see him. And then this person says, wow, what a horrible time. Sorry you had to go through that. Here's a couple more comments that were left that says, lawyer up, he is done, stay strong. This person says, that caused me so much stress. Sorry about that. Just reading that, I can't imagine actually living it. Couldn't imagine he's that cringe in person, but oh my God, he actually is. The next person says, please tell me you have finally quit now. She has. She quit after that trip. Then Isabella's main hoe says OSHA's requirements for water for employees. She provides a link, and it says Department of Labor payment for travel time. If you were not paid while you traveled in the car or plane, here is this link. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just trying to help as a layperson. Then Heidi says, dude, I would have been demanding that he turn around. You're a braver girl than I. Claire says, or she's nicer than I am. I would have said, turn this piece of shit Jeep around and get me out of this desert. No water, food, proper clothes. And as someone that brings water everywhere, he wouldn't stop ASAP for water because I'd make his life hell if he didn't. And then Heidi says, facts. I would have threatened to call the labor board on his ass in the car if he didn't do so. I say I would have been a huge bitch, which I can understand exactly where they're all coming from. The situation itself is very fucked up, in my opinion. And then one last tweet regarding the situation is from Jane, and this is actually a screenshot of Tatiana's text message that says, this is a note that you are in breach of your NDA. My lawyer has been activated by continuing to misrepresent your time working for me and slandering me. You are making it really okay irrefutable for this to be settled in court. And it says my old boss is suing me because I made a story time and saying I'm lying on his live. Find God, for real. Her story time is her story. That is her opinion of what happened. Just like you have your opinion of what happened. Whether you're fully telling the truth or not, she's entitled to tell her story, just like you are, apparently. She's also entitled to tell her story without giving location, without giving actual names, or who she worked for. That does not break an NDA, and that is an actual fact. That is the Tatiana assistant, everything that's happening, part of this story. Now we need to move on to how Def Noodles got banned. So let's first start off with tweets that happened from September 5th from Salvo Pancake. He had posted this saying, breaking, Def Noodles does not have a liquor license. FBI Los Angeles. His name is Dennis Fatoza. He's been serving alcohol with no permit for weeks. And this is the alcohol beverage control site that you can go on yourself and search as well. It would be under his name since it's his business. And as you can see, no license found for licensee Dennis Fatoza. Make sure you have the correct licensee's number. Try again. Which there isn't. He then posted this saying, update. His comedy club address is also not registered to sell alcohol. This man dragged his employee into the desert with little food and water last week. He assaulted me a few days ago. Consider him dangerous, which, yes, you can also look up the business address to see if they have registered to sell alcohol permit as well. And if we take a bigger look at this, that is the address, which I am not doxing him, and I'll explain that in a second. And you can see there is no license details because there is no license. Now, this person, Jane, again, she's wonderful, says no business license either. So she looked up to see if he had a business license for his comedy club, which when we take a bigger look at the photo, you can see that there isn't. So he owns this as a business, but yet does not have a business license. Now, this is a couple of the replies saying, I was wondering when someone was going to bring this up. It took at least a month or two for a friend to get their liquor license. When they started when he said he was in contact with the LAPD, I figured this was a lie because then LAPD would know he is serving illegally. Cameo says, man, I looked this up right away, but assumed you guys already knew. And this person is correct. Add driver's license to the list because he doesn't have a valid driver's license either, which I love that this person laughed about it because it is kind of funny that he doesn't even have a valid driver's license either. Now, this is Def Noodles. This is now from 9/6, the next day, saying, I just got doxxed. LAPD stopped by my club and did a full search of the whole building, but found nothing. No fines, no warnings. I'm 100% clear. Thanks to everyone who reported me. Love ya. Third roast battle, September 9th at 8 p.m., which, by the way, guys, it's not tonight, so don't worry. It won't be till next weekend, so we will have a week's break before we go over that freaking roast battle. But you can get your tickets now, link in the thread. Now, he is claiming that he got doxxed. A place of business, having that address is not a dox, especially when you are selling tickets in the next post right here. And when you go to buy the tickets, it gives you the address to where the battle is happening. That is not a dox. He has been promoting, this is now the third roast battle. It is not a dox. When you yourself are putting out the information. It's also a business. Business is a public address. If it was a dox, it would be something you yourself would not want out there and have not promoted yourself. The address is not a dox. So by him saying that he got doxed is a load of fucking shit. He's being a little bitch. And here he shows himself with the police department going over a piece of paper, laughing, ha ha ha, officer, yeah. Here's another one. Oh, you touched my heart, Dennis Vitoza. I love you, says the officer. Here's some Chipotle that I got for you guys. But looking back after this post of the link, Repsion said, how is a public place of business an address you promote in all of your sales doxing? Draft Noodles. And Repsion, you are absolutely correct. Repsion is also a YouTube creator. If you do not know of him, check him out. Now, here is a couple more replies regarding this situation, saying this looks staged. And this person says, I thought the same thing. Nora says, not too sure how it's doxing since you post the club's address publicly online, but go off. And I agree. This person also believes it looks staged. Gabe says, claims to have gotten doxed. Address to the comedy club is literally on the site. Make up your mind, Dennis, which I also agree there. Now, this beautiful person provided us with amazing evidence, saying also, he straight up said in his video yesterday that he had a formal meeting with the LAPD scheduled because of awaiting threats. Why make this look like the cops just showed up when he already said it was scheduled in a video? I get he's trying to lean into his villain persona. So, in reality, those cops didn't show up because of anything that was said or done. The cops already had a meeting with him. They came because he had threats that he wanted to talk about with LAPD. And then they said, but they can't hide the fact that he's actually behaving terribly. And that's true as well. The cops can't, hide that factor that he is behaving like a terrible human being. He's a horrible boss. And he thinks he's a comedian when he's not. And clearly, he sucks at life at the moment. Then Salvo says, open up, Dennis. California Food and Beverage Department at the door, shutting you down. Now, this was the next day after all of those tweets were made. I don't know if anything happened, but that was what was made. This was a reply saying, I heard some women, after having a single drink at Dennis's Noodles Club, woke up and had no memory of what happened or how they got home. In one aspect, they're lucky to not remember. Dennis and his Stevens, but still sounds kind of fishy. Some are saying the drinks have GHB in them, which is very possible. But again, these are allegations that have no actual proof. I have not seen anybody post that they are one of the women and that this is what happened to them. This is only what someone claimed. And then this person said, as they should, because honestly, that roast battle was definitely horrible, but nobody should be drugged that they can't remember getting home or what happened or anything bad that could happen after the fact to them and not having a memory to recall it as well from having a drink at his club. Now, next up is more reply. Did you hire a stripper to show nipples on Def's stream to take him down, to take down his Twitch? Now, I am going to address this. No. Salvo Pancakes did not hire anybody. Do you want to know who hired this so-called stripper? Dennis Noodles himself. It is mentioned in his video. It was done as a parody to what was happening. He hired this person to do what they did. Nobody took down his stream but himself. And then it says, they got him, boys. The Def Noodles has been felted. I repeat, he has been felted. And it shows that the channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines of terms or service. And let me just explain. Def Noodles hired this girl. He clearly is a horrible person and said, hey, listen, I'm hiring you to do this, but you can't actually strip on my video. I only want you to do this. No, he doesn't mention that. He allows her to strip. He allows the clip to stay in the video, which he himself is the reason he got banned from Twitch and also blocked on YouTube. Now, here is the start of these tweets from Dennis, which this one is from 9/7, which was after all of these other tweets. This is in order of events, saying, so I got swatted and then immediately banned on Twitch. I'm being unfairly targeted. No, Dennis, you are not being unfairly targeted. You broke TOS guidelines. I am going to show the clip here on my channel, but you know what I did? I blocked out the nudity. Maybe that's something you should have done as well. Because if you are putting out a video with nudity and you know there's nudity, you are breaking TOS guidelines. Nobody else but yourself. And it even says right here in this little thing that you posted, sexual explicit content. That's why you were temporarily suspended because you let the girl show her nipples on camera and decided to not edit it out. That is your own fault. Nobody else but yours. And here says your Twitch account, Def Noodles Shows, has been temporarily suspended. This is the email. That's the same photo. This is the whole photo, though. As you can see, it says the same exact stuff. It was for sexual explicit content. He did that himself. Nobody but him got himself banned. Now, after this, he decided to post this tweet saying, "Internet, please got me." Now, this is a video. So let's take a look at this video that he posted, and we'll see how it goes.
Taken into custody again by the internet police. They don't want me to exist on the internet, folks.
He was trying to make a parody. Ha ha ha, the internet police got me again. Now, before I actually show you the clip of what got him banned, we have this beautiful tweet right here. And thank you, Nux, for blocking out the nudity, saying, "I got Dennis Noodle shut down because he's naked for Nux." So he just made a joke. I don't believe it was actually him that got him banned, but he was joking how he got him banned because of the nakedness of the video. Which then this is one more tweet from Dennis saying, "Tag me next time, motherfucker, and pull up to the next roast so I can push you off stage." So not only did he threaten this person that was making clearly a joke, which obviously Dennis can't take a joke himself, but yet he's a comedian. He also threatens the guy. He threatens him saying, pull up, pay the $15 and I'll do the same thing that I did to Salvo Pancakes to you and push you off stage. What a complete fucking asshole. He is the definition of a little bitch. Def Noodles, you are a little bitch. Love saying it. And guess what? Breaking news. I don't care. I don't care that I called you a little bitch because you are. So let's take a look at this video that got banned. And believe me, it's blocked out because unlike you, Def Noodles, I know how to edit videos. Especially yours where there shows nudity. The girl just bloops, takes off her bra, and wiggles her boobies. Let's see.
Fuck you, bro. You fucking...
This one. So as you can see, she's cuffing him.
Fuck you, bro. You fucking...
Then, here's the second part of the video. So this is just clips from the video. She decides that she's going to start searching Steven.
Arrested. I've been arrested. I've been arrested.
What the...
You're carrying today?
No, I'm not carrying anything. I've
And
been
what about
arrested.
speeding the red light today?
What?
I ran across the street.
So funny,
okay, so
Def Noodles.
you were jaywalking?
What
I
the
was
actual
smoking the
fuck?
J. I was smoking the J and walking. That's not the same.
Ready for it, guys?
Whoa!
So we're gonna
Whoa! TOS!
Oh, no!
we're gonna have to
TOS! TOS!
Okay.
verify that.
Hold on!
Oh my God!
Put the titty away!
The titties are out!
We also had a report.
Oh my
that
God!
you were carrying missiles.
Put the
my
titties
God.
away!
Titties are out!
Put...
TOS. TOS. Put the titties away. TOS. The titties are out. Put the titties away. You said it yourself. TOS. You are breaking terms of service by her showing her cleavage. This is why I had to put a nice little happy face over this part.
TOS! TOS! Oh my
COS.
Hold on.
My God.
COS.
Put the titty away.
Titties out.
We also had a report.
Oh my God.
that we were hearing Mr.
Oh
Put the
my
titties
God.
away. I can't.
Put the titties away.
Put.
Unbelievable. So, Def Noodles, for the last part, no one got you banned but yourself. You are very aware of what you posted. You could have took it down, edited that little part, and then put it back up. You chose not to. Because you chose not to, that is why you got suspended again from Twitch and you got your video taken down on YouTube. And you might even have gotten a strike for it, which we don't know, but that is again against terms of service. That is everything happening with Def Noodles, and this is why it's called NOODLEGEDDON, because he's literally destroying himself. Nobody is destroying him but himself. Please check out Shelby with an E's channel. She talks about this Def Noodle situation as well as Rich Lux. And check out Salvo Pancakes. All great creators. They're all talking about this. I hope that this video shows a complete timeline of events for everybody. I'm sorry for some of the interruptions that have been happening. I'm now in a new location and I'm living with my grandmother, who I love dearly. She doesn't really understand YouTube. She's 94 years old. So when I tell her I'm making a video, she doesn't understand. She can't just talk to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please make sure to comment down below what you guys think about everything going on with Def Noodles. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of every time I go live and I post a video. I hope to talk to you all soon. And tonight is Friday, so we will be having game night. I will see you there. Bye, everyone.